Ready to go.
Okay. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. If I sound funny today, it's because I'm working with the backup microphone. Now, I know I always sound funny, but I've got an excuse this time. So today we're replacing the recoil. Well, we're not replacing it, we're fixing the recoil on a chainsaw. Now, I see this all the time, where the cord pulls halfway out and that's it. And 99% of the time, it's a super easy fix. And when it's not a super easy fix, believe it or not, the parts for these are pretty cheap to buy. So let's get started on this one. Now we usually have Two-Stroke Tuesday. We're working on two-stroke motors, and next Tuesday we'll work on this engine. But for this Tuesday, we're working on the recoil on a two-stroke motor. And they are a little bit different than a regular lawnmower engine. Now, first thing you're going to want, this is a T25. And if you're going to work on chainsaws, you need a good torque set. You don't need an expensive torque set. Oh, this one's missing a screw up here. Let's see if that's it. Yep, that's it. Not one more over here. But walk around yours in particular, and they're usually pretty easy to get apart. Now the whole recoil comes off. And at this point, you determine why it's failing. If you look at this one, we can see why it's failing. The screw's loose. Now, this can mean one of two things. Either somebody worked on it and gave up, or it's got serious problems, like the motor itself has problems. So first thing we'll do is go ahead and switch to a Phillips. And that didn't take much. And we'll check the spring. Now I've got a video on rewinding these springs, and I'll include a link to it in the comments. But I can see the spring is torqued just a little bit funny. It's twisted a little bit, but that won't hurt you any. It won't hurt you at all. The trick with these is to get this little notch inside the little groove here. And they're almost all the same exact way. So part two is rewinding it, but rewinding on a chainsaw is nothing like rewinding on a lawnmower. So very carefully find a spot and see what it does. That one works pretty good. So let's put our screw back. Let's put our screw back there it is. Now, I'm not sure that that's the factory screw, but even if it's not, it'll work for our purposes. And it's locked up. So that tells us that we need some sort of a buffer in there. This screw needs to have a shank on it so that it doesn't drive all the way in. I can see that somebody loosened this up and then put the wrong screw in it. So we're going to go ahead and order that. We'll get this back in place correctly. And we'll probably chase around the parts store to find a screw with a little bit of a shoulder on it. We could probably get that at Lowe's. So we'll be back in a couple hours, or a couple seconds for you. Now, even though it looked like a nice short trip, it went as expected. It took a couple hours. Now, this is a 1/2-inch screw that was being used to hold it down, and they left it in pretty loose. And this is a 1-inch screw, which fits absolutely perfect. I actually bought 3/4 also, but they didn't quite fit. And when you're working on something, an old piece of equipment, you got to use your imagination sometimes. As following the rules is great, but sometimes the rules don't need followed. Now, before we put the screw in and test it, keep in mind this spring. When these springs come, they come with a wire around them. And if you were to replace the spring, all you would do is pull the spring out, of course, and then put the new spring in, and then you cut the wire and hold it down while you're cutting the little wire or rope or whatever's around it, and then it hops into place real quick. It's a little tricky. What I tend to do is hold them in place and then use a screwdriver and pop the wire off of it to the side rather than cut it. And then with my fingers holding it here, I'd pop it out and the wire just falls right into place. So let's put this back together and see what we've got. Our little top piece came off again. Where are you at? There you go. Now note that we're not bothering with the actual string itself right now. We care more about making sure, there you go, that it fits in perfectly, because this one's easy peasy to wind up. So now that that's in, we're going to take our new screw. And this is what we're using for this particular saw, and this is only for this saw. You got to use your imagination for yours. And see, that went pretty much all the way to the bottom. And that looks pretty good, and it's pretty snug. I'm actually going to take just the tiniest bit of slack off, because that drove into the bottom pretty hard. There you go. Nope, I changed my mind. I'm going to keep that extra little bit of slack in it. And there you go. And you see we made an adjustment so that this is nice and snug, and it works correctly. Now for this particular one, this is pretty easy peasy. We're going to wrap the string around it like so. We're going to get all the wraps we can, and then we're going to unwind it a little bit to get that last wrap, because you always want the string to pull in nice and snug. This is the same way you do it on a lawnmower. It just looks different. You know, I got this last pull. So now we're going to take a little slack out of it, like so. So we've got enough slack to go around it again. And take that slack and make one more loop. Then we're going to make sure the handle pulls up nice and tight. And that's not acceptable. We still got a little bit of slack there, but not a big deal. We'll pull on it, we'll pull on it. Now we're going to hold it still and wrap it again. Now let's see what that does. See? And there you go. Adding that one little loop took care of it. Now when you put it back on the machine, you got these two little tabs right here. Let me lower you down some. You got these two little tabs right here, and they line up on these. And when you put it in, a lot of times it'll bump these high spots. So the trick is to get it pretty lined up and then go like this and make sure that it's all the way seated in. You don't want to try to force it. Now we're going to go back to our T25. We're going to put our screws back in and we'll give it a test. Let's put it on the floor and pull it a little bit. Yep, as you can see, string's coming back in and everything works perfect. And the reason we made this video is I've seen too many people make videos that make this sound like it's a big complicated job, when on a chainsaw, replacing the recoil or fixing the recoil or replacing springs is 99% of the time it's going to be just that easy. Sometimes you put the spring in and then pop it out, and if you do that, pay attention to which way it turns and like pull the recoil out after you've got the spring in to make sure that it is indeed going the correct direction to pull the string back in. That's the only catch you've got. That's the only part where you can make a mistake, is putting the spring in upside down. So, all you new people, if you made it this far, you might as well subscribe. It's free, and it's what we work for. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. And we're going to get this big boy running.